both from Orange County, so being able to play at pretty much our home beach is super special. Having our family and friends here, very, very special. So yeah, thankful to be here and excited to compete today.
Yeah, it means everything to be in Huntington Beach. I learned how to play here, so it's good to be back home.
You know the home crowd, who they're going to cheer for. Can Cheng and Hughs get them going? Mark Sherman gets us going.
Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun. We got a little Canada versus USA, everybody. This could be a matchup we see in Paris in just a couple of months, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get it started right now, shall we? First, we're going to meet the team from Canada. I know we've got some Canadian support up in the crowd. The ladies from Montreal, yes, absolutely. Well, let's hear it loud and proud for your women that are coming out here on Stadium Court. Let's start with you, young lady. You ready to rock? You ready for this? Pretty cool to see that cheering section in the crowd, isn't it? Have you met them yet? After this match, yeah, we're gonna meet. We're gonna make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear it out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. She is Melissa Humana-Paredes. And her partner, she's got the skill, she's got the swagger, she's got the power. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear it for Brandy Wilkerson. There's Team Canada. Do we have any USA fans in the crowd by chance? I thought we might. I thought we might. That feels good, doesn't it? That's fun to sort of hear that, isn't it? We're just getting you ready. We're getting you ready. Kelly Cheng, I know you're ready. I know you're ready to get back out there at the Olympic Games, but right now, you're ready to get back out here on Stadium Court. You're ready to go back to the finals here in Huntington Beach as the defending champion. Let me hear it for Kelly Cheng. And her partner, it feels like home. She's like, yeah, let me get back out there. This is where I live. This is my beach. From the time you were a wee one all the way to almost being an Olympian, ladies and gentlemen. She is at home right here on the north side of the Huntington Beach Pier. Let me hear it loud and proud for Sarah Hughs.
Settle in, boys and girls. This could be a long one. You see that record and who has won. What's not there is that 4 of the last 7 have gone 3 sets. This could be, Cameron Irwin, to steal your signature phrase, epic special fun here in the women's semifinals.
The perfect series of adjectives.
From hot pink to forest green, Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson are back on stadium, and they serve first. Little inside-out action from Sarah Hughs, a one-time USC star, and as Mark mentioned, native to this sand.
It feels different when you get to defend your home sand. This is the place she was born and raised, groomed to protect this beach.
I don't know that that ball went where it was intended from Humana-Paredes. A little bit of confusion paying off for Cheng and Hughs.
Watch out for windy conditions throughout this matchup, especially on the side where Sarah Hughs and Kelly Cheng currently are. Wind at their back, just a bit breezy and slightly onshore. Love that for Brandy Wilkerson, coming out of the middle, finding the southpaw.
Lefty Brandy Wilkerson presenting a unique challenge, one of the most vertical athletes you'll find. And those flags, you see them there, they're a little bit different direction right now, Ken. You just said it onshore. It's been very much from the north. Now it's shifted a little bit west. So players are going to have to adjust to that, as that is a miss, and both teams have traded early mistakes.
So the dangerous corner here in terms of the side out and reception is the corner where Sarah Hughs currently resides. Serving into the wind, into that right side corner is going to be really tough. The ball can move, float on you. Right there, handling it beautifully.
On to definitely something that's in the scouting report with Kelly Cheng out there. Twice in a row, second one is good.
The second one closed out with a limbo. Nice flexibility in the lower lumbar.
Much better performance in the limbo than me yesterday by Kelly Cheng there.
Also important to note the defensive setup on the side of Canada for the option play against Kelly Cheng. They put the down defender in the heavy angle. See if they change that up. So they had Brandy Wilkerson blocking the line against Cheng.
Now we don't have a stat for this, but maybe you can keep track at home. This might be the most on twos you're going to see in a match. Brandy Wilkerson with that left hand on the right side is not afraid to light it up. One contact early. Cut shot winner. And we will head to our first side change, having just traded points 4-3. Cheng and Hughs with the advantage.
And you can imagine just what this matchup means, considering you've got the FIVB World Rankings top 5 teams. And look at this. You've got Taryn Claude Christinas already sealed the deal, but also Humana-Paredes, Brandy Wilkerson, Kelly Cheng, Sarah Hughs, the 2 teams out on the court right now, currently sitting at the 4 and 5 spot in the world. All heading off to Paris in 2024, and more importantly, they're all looking to head off to the league come this fall with a heritage win.
There is a small thing that will be happening just before the league begins. It's called the Olympics, I think, is what I remember being told. I'll check with the truck, make sure I got that right. The Olympic Games occurring underneath the Eiffel Tower for beach volleyball in their venue, and these 2 teams could very well find themselves in the Olympic final. Certainly, when these 2 teams meet, if they do inside of an Olympic context, it will be consequential. You're not going to find them matching up early in the tournament. It's going to be with medal or medal appearances on the line.
Yeah, there's no surprise there, and you can see why these 2 teams are so good. They're going to find numerous ways to come after you, and recognizing the deep part of the court on that last play for Kelly Cheng. Even there, a little shifty on defense. Sarah Hughs almost kind of holding her defensive position as Kelly Cheng jukes up at the net, but was not surprised at all was the offense of Brandy Wilkerson and Melissa Humana-Paredes.
When we talk about previous matchups, many times that record runs back a year, 2 years, 3 years. In this case, it's just well within the last 12 months that these teams have met so many times. The ace serve is served up. That's been the best serve from this side, the quote
All
bad
day.
side.
All day. We've seen, what, 4 aces go that direction just through our first handful of matches here on Stadium Court.
We saw it yesterday, too. That is a deadly spot, that short right serve. Brandy Wilkerson can't come up with it, the one-time indoor player. Said she watched the Olympic Games and decided that beach volleyball was for her, very much inspired by seeing the games at the Olympic level. Our men's semis still wrapping up out there, 16 all between Caldwell Cook and Warren Shaw. And that was Caldwell Cook with the point. 17-16 the ad for them, looking to book their first opportunity at a final in 2024.
Other women's semi will take that opportunity and take that court after this closes out.
That ball's tied and put away. The end for the young team of Cody Caldwell and Sean Cook. Welcome to the finals in Huntington Beach.
What a performance. Cody Caldwell, Sean Cook, they made it to the semifinals in Manhattan Beach of last year, and now they've leveled up facing Taylor and Taylor.
They fought like true Scotsmen out there.
Hey, he's now an American citizen.
Still got the accent though.
That is true.
And still a great conversation. We'll try and catch up with him before that men's final field, which is now set. Cody Caldwell, Sean Cook, they will face the Taylors, the #1 seed, Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander. We're working on our women's matchup now. This is the first of 2 semifinals. The second one will get underway on the outer court when their warm-up concludes. Here, Brandy Wilkerson gets even a little bit too much of it into the wind.
Brandy Wilkerson, one of the best parts of her game has been that service pressure throughout the weekend. She has really found great ways to find efficient points, right? So blocks and stuff blocks, that's a good point. And then also from the service line. Some of the quickest ways to finish and find some extra.
Nice left hand by Mel. A return dig. Touch, turn, left hand is good.
What a beautiful element to this game. Brandy Wilkerson with that left hand. She doesn't have to turn in circles to find this ball. That's why you want her on that right side. Through transition, even here, can turn, throw those feet into the sand. And what a set and a scoop from her partner.
Cheng and Hughs still up 1. Off balance here. To the line, and that had to be done perfectly because Mel was right there.
Well, and that's a nice ball from Kelly Cheng. They're going to her in the side out early here, even considering the wind location.
Yeah, the wind has really picked up. It's changed direction a little bit and is strong. Hughs. Straight ahead, line to line. And that one chiseled.
They were almost nearly doubling up in that line. You had Sarah Hughs trying to close down in the backcourt as she shifted. And Kelly Cheng taking away more of that seam. Instead, got an edge of the ball.
Wilkerson hitting over 500 in this tournament, been ruthlessly efficient. Here's some tight offense and thrown back down. Right hand. Hang and bang on defense.
A little tip dunk to get yours started. Check this out. The right hand just shoves that right back into the sand of Huntington Beach.
Now you may have seen there, Brandy Wilkerson's hair coming into the net as she comes down. Not considered a net. 10 apiece to the technical. Not yet. Mel lets it go, and here we have with Canada at 11-10.
Brandy Wilkerson has been on fire all day from a blocking standpoint. That's why I started this conversation. She has 19 coming into this match. She had 5 stuffies alone in their previous match, and not to mention an additional 4 control blocks. She just continues to pad that stat line. And man, what a relief, right? If you're the defense behind Brandy Wilkerson, not only is she a great shot blocker, but that means you have the freedom to really kind of change up and do some different things in the backcourt.
Okay, and then for you,
Check out the middle right now, and you're just going one way. So just need to keep extending. So I'll give you a nice light call. Perfect, thanks.
Wilson, we got the Wilson Skyball contest coming up between sets.
Some confident conversations going on in both player cabanas as our warm-up continues.
We're going to go that angle. This has got to be high. So block defense, we're timing them, right? We're running a couple fours, and because you're kind of middle backbiting, Mel's trying to go with that cut. So later on, that's going to set us up for these, or even 5s, right?
100%.
So be patient here, and then we're going to get one, and then we'll rack up some,
yeah.
okay?
We're like right there, right there.
We'll get our
And
side out
that's a
going
great
here.
score to switch. Yep,
Yes,
great job.
yes, exactly.
Talking about some of the defensive adjustments there for Sarah Hughs and Kelly Cheng, and one of the things they also mentioned is considering the wind, if they can close out a couple extra here, switching back and forth, this is where they're really happy in terms of the position they put themselves at the technical timeout.
Head coach Jordan Cheng, husband to Kelly. That's the voice you heard giving advice to the pair here. Little inside slide move and a success on the attack side of the game brings us to French fries in set number 1. The creative Kelly Cheng back to serve, carrying 8 aces into this one in the tournament. Mel wide left and over the line. That will be good. They started working on Mel now. Brandy, I would not serve her in this tournament. You were talking about how the stat sheet has played out for Brandy Wilkerson as she stays in the net waiting for her partner to serve here. Came in hitting .505 with 19 blocks. That's up to 20 now and 8 aces. That's ridiculous.
The problem is you serve the opposite side, you go at Mel, you have to deal with the option as she's also got the defense in transition in her game.
Yeah, and that's part of that offensive number, right? Open nets. That one trying to go over Mel, doesn't get there. Option not taken. Set your partner. Oh, change of direction, not quite there. But I'll tell you what, that's one of those plays where even though it's unsuccessful, the physicality of Sarah Hughs to even make it a possibility is gnarly.
Well, and considering the fact you had Kelly Cheng retreating, pulling off the net, and Sarah Hughs was actually behind her. Her physicality, her ability to still get on a ball defensively is just stunning. She reads the game as good as anyone.
April Ross back to receive. Oh wait, no, that was Kelly Cheng. That ball pushed over. Hughs on her horse. And right to the corner. Perfect dismount.
You better start testing Sarah Hughs' 40 time, because she was on a full sprint to pick that ball up, and simply, look at this, she even gets tripped up by the sideline, unfazed, finds the high line, cuffing the edge of the ball.
I'm with you on that, but the read, the foresight to see that that was the shot that was coming. She was already running that direction.
Well, and you have to bait them into it, right? So she has to hold her position that much longer.
Cheng nearly had a block there. This one will be really tight. Good reset from Mel. And chop right down the middle. That's what you do off balance. Mel with a success. 14-12.
Brandy Wilkerson, we always say she's one of the most athletic out on the sand. That is a perfect example of where she finds it. Check this out. Sets this ball up really nicely, but then it's this ball. When she's falling backwards and still is able to put so much pop on the ball, finding the deep middle.
She's the most athletic blocker. I think you could make an argument for some of the defenders. As Mel gets under that one, good circle around. Option taken, converted. A lot of corners being hit in this early first set.
You got to be able to tag each one of these corners, especially considering the defense in the backcourt. Sarah Hughs, Melissa Humana-Paredes, both of them can cover each one of these corners alongside their block that's taken away half of it.
No one told Mel, don't eat the sand. It's not good for you. Just having to wash some of it off of her face as she circled around underneath that ball. You get your iron intake for the year if you eat a little bit of Huntington Beach sand. Go ahead and drop a magnet in the sand, see what you come up with.
They did used to call this Tin Can Beach.
Yeah, good hemoglobin production. Out of that delay, Brandy Wilkerson will head us to another side change, 15-13. Good moment here, it appears, for the Canadians. They're going to the good side, +2.
Going to the good side, +2. That's exactly the position you want to be in. Marcio Sicoli, their coach right now, giving them a few extra nuggets in terms of offensive, defensive alignments. You can see the hitting errors as well. Cheng and Hughs, that's probably the big difference right there, right? 2-point differential on the scoreboard, 2 different errors from the hitting standpoint.
Marcio Sicoli, the longtime Pepperdine head man on the beach, following Nina Matthews. The legendary Nina Matthews, as that ball is again put in the corner pocket.
And what most might not realize about that line shot is the direction of the wind. With it being onshore, it's so easy for that ball to be pushed just wide of the court. So great contact from Kelly Cheng, keeping that just within the sideline. That's all management, hand on ball.
Mel, cut is good.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah, considering that cut too, that cut's gonna fall that much quicker, right? When you're cutting that ball into the wind, check this out. Sarah Hughs is able to get to just about everything. She wasn't even able to get a hand on that one. Nice shot.
Oh, pulling Brandy Wilkerson just gets to the second contact. High into the sky reset. Middle offense. Brandy getting a full quad workout here. She'll get back to the net just in time, but not high enough to get that shot.
But that play is the perfect example of the growth of Sarah Hughs and Kelly Cheng and their partnership. There was an opportunity to receive a free ball and run an option play. Cheng is shouting, yes, yes, yes. She didn't get the ball she needed. And what did she do? She took care of it, was aggressive, put it in play. They got another recycled opportunity. And next thing you know, they come away with a big point.
Redirect, Mel with the read, keeps it alive. She'll be in the angle here, and the shot will go to the line.
And what a journey for these two. At 16-all, you have to think about Kelly Cheng, Sarah Hughs, their time at USC together, the separation after 2017. They won their very first title in Chicago that year, and to have them come back and now be the force that they are in the Olympic race, in the world standings, it is just truly impressive that they were able to find exactly what they're looking for, growing as individuals and now growing as a team.
16 apiece, timeout called. If you're Brandy and Mel, You're looking for another victory here. It's been a while. For Sarah Hughs and Kelly Clays, it has been the reunion tour.
Keep being patient. I think we got to pull something different on Mel. We're running 1s and 4s. We got to try something.
We're doing this now.
Okay.
We just ran that twice.
Got
but
it.
2 points in a row. So we haven't.
Yeah, well then you got to take a side step over because you're not taking a 5. You got to be super far in her in the cut. Right?
My block with a 5 call?
Yeah.
Nothing else has been a 5 call.
Okay.
Like we called a 5, but I served.
Yeah, I'm saying.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Oh,
we
got it,
haven't,
got it,
like,
got it,
overpacked
got it, got it.
We haven't had a chance to run
Got it.
it.
Okay, good. Watch for that option coming here, huh?
Like the cut shot with the 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the rest of this game we're not the seed.
Okay.
There you go. Good.
Good side on here.
A lot of scheming going on the Cheng Hughs side. What a reunion tour it's been. Last year, they win the Beach Pro Tour Finals. They win the Elite 16. They win the Beach Volleyball World Championships. That one not only an excellent paycheck, a terrific title, but just like the event here when you get to the final, you win that and it guarantees you something even bigger. It was at the World Championships, a victory got you into the Olympic Games automatically as that ace is served up. And here, win this event, it puts you automatically into a fall of play in the AVP League.
More stakes than ever before on the AVP, a chance to get your place situated in the league come the fall. More money, more prestige, and more beach volleyball than ever before.
But not more problems necessarily, Cameron, okay? More money, yes. Oh, that was ripped right into the wind. Is there enough space? No. I'll tell you what, for all the positive plays we've seen from Cheng and Hughs, and there's been a raft of them, we're still tied.
And in that timeout, where they were talking about the 5 call, right, on the side of Sarah Hughs and Kelly Cheng, that typically is blocker in the angle early, defender camped on the line, so watch out for that
there. A good push on the offense there, going all the way to the antenna. Looking like an indoor attack here for Mel. Well, that's a blocking mistake by Kelly. Classic reaching out instead of reaching in to where the ball is going to go. Reaching to where the ball is instead of where the ball is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, and it's really tough when you're considering some of these blocking moves that you have to make. If you're not in the exact right location, you got to kind of make up the difference with your hands. So if that's the case, reaching outside your body, that outside hand has to be able to go back towards the direction of the court.
It looks easy from here in slow-mo, Cam. I don't see what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's probably the pace it would need to be going for you to make that play.
I'm sorry, are you still talking? 18 apiece. Now Matt Laveau's going to get an earful.
How is that a catch? If it's not fingertip setting and I'm hitting it with the hand.
I had it because you came across, it was not a complete rebound and it rolled up your hands. It rolled up your hands. That was not
my hands.
Yeah, it was a catch. Brandy, it was a catch.
Matt Laveau's not getting a Christmas card this year from Brandy Wilkerson after that one.
Here's a look back at it, saying that ball rolled up her hands. You could hear the conversation from the ref stand, immediately called.
This is reminiscent of IBM, you make the call. At home, you get to judge. Tough serve here. Option given and failed.
After a point like that, too, you have to come back with a bit more emphasis, and I expected that side out. In terms of a good ball, there was going to be a full force power, but to Sarah and Kelly's credit, they actually served tough enough to kind of get them out of system. They've got to walk away with that point.
How costly will that mistake be?
Yeah, it's big.
Service. Humana-Paredes. Ace service, in fact, 20-18.
Being in that left back position right now, being the left sider, is really tough on that side because they're playing with the service pressure from a depth standpoint, right? So we've seen that short serve into the wind and into the angle, but what you have to be wary of is you think you head up there, and the next thing you know, they go deep on your chest.
Great pipe. Yeah, all good.
Hey, maybe pour some cold water on you.
Huh?
Pour some cold water on you.
Yeah, on our feet.
Guess you got a sky ball from that side.
Now redo those stances here. Down on that pass.
Yeah. 1 month pass, 1 side out, we go back to serve.
Everything is quick, you're going on a 3. Okay? If everything you start getting low, up and down, you step and run the top. You stay in the middle of the court. Okay?
Let's go.
All right, so watch and see if Mel stays right in the middle of the court.
Yeah, and also talking about some of the blocking adjustments based off of the set height. One of the other reads for Brandy Wilkerson.
Set ball. Brandy pulling, can't quite handle that one. A little too much heat, but they will have a chance to close it here with a side out.
Sarah and Kelly need one on their serve right now.
Question is Sarah Hughs, the direction she's going to go here.
Set
Watch
ball.
out for the option.
Set ball 2. Beautiful hand set, perfectly done, and that's a punctuation to set 1. And some fire from Brandy Wilkerson, 21-19. They will take it, and they are now 1 set away from a trip to the finals.
I don't know, it's pretty even.
How about that celly from Brandy Wilkerson, throwing a little edge on this match.
Doing whatever it wants.
A dominant pair when they win that first set, 23-3. Look at that. He did take 1 loss. Hey, by the way, that was against the #1 team in the tournament. We've had so many top-level matches here, particularly on the women's side, to open the 24 season.
I recognize that guy.
I'll even out on serve receive, pass a little bit better, keep being aggressive. I still don't feel like we're getting enough stops on defense.
What a start for the
I think we're both making too many
2 or 3 in a row in. Someone's gonna have to do something real special to take this one. Hey, for your first ever Skyball, that's a great try.
There's fun being had, but there's still serious business going on in the player cabanas here.
Way better than that.
They were talking about some of the defense, feeling like they're making too many moves or maybe too many jukes from a blocking and defensive standpoint.
Okay, that was solid work right here. Great movement with the serving. Okay, keep finding, okay, the line-to-line or the line-to-line serve that is in her chest and is in the killer. Okay, or go cross court and make a drop.
And when she's hitting out of system off the net, what do you want to like look for the hard?
Pretty solid though, that's a good serve. Great serve.
Like what is the
It is, yeah, she's in a pretty big shooting mood, right? So we can have you either try to play pocket a little bit more, or we run double up the 5s. 5s, you gotta get ready for the short line.
We ran a 5 and then a 3.
Yeah.
So that was a good combo.
Yeah.
5, she went short line.
Yeah.
And then the 3, she went deep angle.
And I think the 5 and 3s were good look. Just know on the 1s, she's going to look to go cut if you're hiding
Yeah,
middle.
so I can go out in my pocket a little bit more. If we
I
run
think we have a winner, right?
Yeah, we'll put 2 screens.
Yeah, otherwise maybe we can try this.
Yep. Oh, he wants to go. All right, Arkansas, 1 more chance.
Keep throwing in some short serves.
Yeah.
Those are working well.
This guy, right? Yeah, this guy for the win. Great job, this
A
guy.
lot of serving talk
Great job,
for the American side.
That's every way, so there's not necessarily. Here we go.
We did not keep going.
Just a couple of mistakes away from that first set. A couple of things there. Steady out serve receive, short serves.
On the timeouts and stuff like that. Hey, that was a good team. Hands in the middle. 2 on 3, 1, 2, 3. Team, let's fucking go.
Keep going, keep going. Great serve, BB. Great decision.
LFG, indeed. Let's do it. Cloth and Nuts got that sort of message. They're up 6-1 to open their women's semifinal on the outer court.
So the winner of that will face the winner of this come the championship match.
No, I like short. And in transition.
Balls, right? So I think the biggest thing is trying to pass. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
10 Commandments, score 1921. We're right
Yeah,
there.
we're right there. Tweet. Sorry, I got it.
Let's go.
Come on, Cal, let's go.
The volley nerds around the world are loving these mic'd up boxes because you're getting incredible insight into some of the adjustments, the conversations that can take place, not just during play, but more so when you're sitting in that box. And there was so much information detailed out from box to box. And you already mentioned some of what was said about the service pressure, but they also mentioned a lot of kind of the shooting mode that Sarah and Kelly are in right now. So watch out for them. They're going to need to find that power game again because they're going to start playing for the shot on the side of Brandy and Mel.
Yeah, and remember that over on 2, costly error down the stretch of set 1. Oh, another reach by Brandy. She is up there forever.
But that's exactly the point, right? They're playing to the shot. They're going to have to change up their offensive scheme right here on the side of Sarah and Kelly.
Okay, so you want them to hit?
I want them to hit.
Absolutely. Unleash the beast.
You got to mess with that timing. That's a good way to do it. And that's exactly right. Change the timing of Brandy Wilkerson as a blocker right now. She is delaying, and don't forget, she is one of the most explosive blockers. So it's a tough task, but at the same time, changing that set location and the tempo of it can get her out of the blocking rhythm.
Everyone feeling confident coming into the second set. Kevin Barnett alongside Cameron Irwin, bringing you the rest of the day's action here as we have our women's semis followed by our men's and women's final. It's going to be a quick turnaround for Cody Caldwell and Sean Cook in their first finals appearance, as they had to go 3 an extra time to book their opportunity to join the AVP League in the fall.
Their cardio better be on point.
Oh, they're young men. They'll be fine. Can't do it better than that.
You can't. You had Sarah Hughs chasing that ball back cross court, but that is perfectly located. Corner pocket, Brandy Wilkerson.
Wilkerson into the wind. Say into the sun, which is actually true too. Ah, there's that variation, Cameron.
And pay attention to it. Both of those middle and short tempoed sets have gone back the direction of the line. So Brandy is going to have to start making the move here. When you're attacking out of the middle, you create more angles. However, they are a lot sharper.
Inside set, chiseled again. We've seen a couple of those from Brandy Wilkerson utilizing the hands.
Yeah, nice vision by her, recognizing the set, seeing the left hand of Kelly Cheng not completely formed over the edge of the net. And they are now 3 for 3 here in this second set from a side-out standpoint, running a different tempo offense. Love that from Sarah Hughs and Kelly Cheng.
Not so great when you lose that first set. I don't think any team is all that good. 6 and 12, Cheng and Hughs, when they have to do the full comeback. But they did have a success against DeBerg and Harward. That dropped the first set 21-19, and that one came back and won 17 and then 15-6. Dominant third set running away victory in just under an hour. Wilkerson this time with the error, but we're early here, 5-3.
Sarah Hughs has been going a bit more with the middle serve. She sticks with it, trying to find Brandy, force the option away. And that's what you can do with athleticism. She passed that ball high on her chest, nearly at her own service line. She only had to take 2 steps to get in there and find that swing.
Light it up. She likes the roll shot from here, middle. Option given, and that is the control of the platform of Sarah Hughs to provide that opportunity for her partner.
And you know what else Sarah Hughs does after that first contact? She's running her routes. So what ends up happening is Kelly Cheng has multiple opportunities. She's either going to set the ball or she's going to go up and find that option. It forces the blocker to have to pay attention to 2 people at once.
Mel pointing at her partner. That was a pretty nice reset by Brandy Wilkerson. And then a set out of it. Sometimes you just have to credit what your partner is doing to help you out.
Yeah, that's about as good of an out-of-system set as you can find. I think there was a little bit of a toe problem there for Mel. She's been working on it since the conclusion of that last rally.
And you're free to take marriage advice from any of the beach volleyball partnerships out here too, from the way that they relate. Overhand dig, is that too tight? Yes, it is. It goes all the way under. Sarah Hughs can't get it. And we are tied.
Bring the service pressure for Team Canada. The wind has now even shifted since the start of this. Really onshore, nothing coming from the north anymore.
Joust at the net. Mel on 2. Hughs with the left-handed scoopy, and it's a reverse knuckler winner.
And that one hurt. Kelly Cheng trying to wipe off her hand right there. We've been talking about athleticism. Kelly Cheng going up, the right hand backhanded pokey.
Well, there's no more creative attacker, second or third contact, than Kelly Cheng on the AVP or FIVB on the women's side. We're getting word from our outer court just now that unfortunately Julia Scholes has suffered a match-ending injury and she has pulled out. So Cloth and Nuss are through in what ends up being a forfeit.
By the way,
That's congratulations, Taryn Cloth and Kristen Nuss, as the bracket is now updated, but at the same time, you never want to see someone go down. Julia Scholes is just a phenomenal athlete. She is coming back after a knee surgery, and she was lights out in her very first match back. She had 19 kills, went errorless, and then they have been just battling tough through the contenders bracket. Just a really tough 3-setter earlier today, so happy healing to Julia Scholes in terms of whatever injury she's now dealing with.
Hopefully we see her back out for Manhattan Beach.
Yeah, don't forget, they were a juggernaut last year, that team of Flint and Scholes. They made it to every single semifinal on the AVP that they were a part of.
Part of the impact that collegiate beach volleyball is having. Julia Scholes recently out of college. And what program?
Yeah, Trojans.
Yeah. 2 Trojans, probably the OG excellent Trojans out here, Cheng and Hughs. An incredible career together at USC. They carried on to the Pro Tour. It did not go the way that they wanted. They stopped getting along, stopped having this level of success they thought they should have. They went away from one another for quite some time. Kelly Cheng ends up going to the Olympic Games alongside Sarah Sponsel. Sarah Hughs ends up losing her partner on the way to the Olympic Games and ended up out of that race. They patched things up, and much to their delight, have already booked their trip and participation in Paris. And then call themselves world champions. This one down the line. Humana-Paredes 9-8. Blocked there, and that passed over. 2 contacts. 3 for the win. You might see no better scramble play than that today.
That was a all-out frittata. Check this thing out. I don't even know how Brandy got a hand on this next ball. She was down on the sand, what, a half a second ago, and somehow gets her feet back underneath of her. She's outside the antenna.
And then controlled it.
And controlled it with 2 down defenders in front of her.
Ball's just long. Right-handed scoop, but not the left.
From the full extension, Sarah Hughs looking like Superman on that last dig. You better be ready for some extended rallies between these 2 defenders. That was phenomenal, but then next thing you know, big block in front of her, down defender, even in the angle. The pop from Mel.
Oh, tight call, John King.
The net violation from Brandy, but again, that's that same play. They did it this time even off the platform. Quick set out of the middle, and Brandy knows she wants to make the adjustment. Gets caught fishing.
Mentioned how it's going to go for you, the volleyball fan, this summer. We're about done here in Huntington Beach, but the important stuff still to come. We're going to hand out 2 tickets to the league starting in September, because if you win a heritage event, you are in. Your play will begin the 14th and 15th of September and run all the way to the second weekend of November. You have a few different ways to get there, the easiest of which is just to win one of the heritage events. Win and you're in to this format here. We're going to have 8 teams across America, 1 men's pair, 1 women's pair, 2 each city, and that will be determined by the draft. So it will be points that will get you in if you didn't win one of our heritage events. We'll have Saturday and Sunday play with 4 of the 8 league teams in any given city. Best 2 of 3 sets to 15. And your top 4 teams in points over the course of the 8-week season will head off to our championship weekend and the first ever AVP League title.
Honestly, after this first event, if I were having to draft teams, it would be a real toss-up at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know which direction I'd go. Especially on this women's side. You gotta be kidding me.
The cheering is going to be fun for each other. The encouragement, shades of what collegiate beach volleyball looks like right now. A pro analog would be the USA Brazil in Glendale, Arizona, years ago, eons ago, that everyone has always wanted to bring back. That has loomed large as a successful, entertaining, and wonderful event. The AVP League coming to your fall 2024. Ball well off the net, and that is wide, no touch. And are these the errors coming a little bit earlier for Cheng and Hughs that cost them the second set and this match?
Remember, there was only a slight differential in that first set. Every error is mounting, and right now Sarah Hughs doing the infamous sand timeout, cleaning off the glasses, giving herself an extra chance to get reset here.
Wind really whipping, and as Cameron mentioned, gone dead due east from the west. It is an onshore flow, which almost might be a little more consistent for the players because it's not coming through one of the end zones. It's cutting through the grandstands that are around both edges. You see the flags up there in full display. I don't know how Sarah Hughs got there. Mel's been so good on offense. This time she hits it right to Hughs. The shoot is no good. Take your old lady game elsewhere. Cheng blocked. Point Canada.
An all-out roar from Brandy Wilkerson. That was a defensive performance on both sides of the net. As soon as you think Sarah Hughs has got the dig that's going to change the game, on this Wilson play of the day, it's Melissa Humana-Paredes that comes up with yet another dig and transition. And then Brandy Wilkerson says, don't worry, partner, you don't have to find another.
Brandy rolling short into that middle, her favorite serve from that side. Ball wide. Another mistake, 15-11. Has to be a timeout. Kelly Cheng walking off immediately.
Frustration starting to mount on the side of Hughs and Cheng, down by 4 now. And don't forget, they've won the last 2 Huntington Beach titles.
No worries, we get 2 here.
Hey, that last play's a great look, Kel. Yeah. Now, the ones that we got to work on, if you're going to line guard, it's got to be flatter. Otherwise, Brandy's touching it and stuff it, or just clear the block. And if Mel gets a dig, you live with that. Right now, Brandy's getting too involved, and she's getting touches, blocks, soft blocks, and then kills. So when Mel's getting digs, we're getting digs back, right? So you don't see anything. Be okay with getting dubbed, and then getting a group. The last thing's great, though.
Yeah.
And then now we got to figure out, keep trying to be neutral on Mel and see if we can stop her. Sarah getting some nice up. We'll convert this next one, okay?
We will, yeah. Here we go, Kat, 1 at a time. Come on.
They're trying to neutralize Brandy Wilkerson.
Well, Jordan Cheng making the right point there, as she's just currently too involved. She has 3 stuff blocks, 3 control blocks. But that last rally that we were talking about, the extended one, where Melissa Humana-Paredes, it's almost a win if she's the one having to transition out. Now, she is highly efficient, but that allows Sarah Hughs to then find her own defense. You have limited success when it's Brandy Wilkerson getting a block.
She's also hitting .916. Mel dig transition, and now it's the block of Cheng.
And that is the perfect example. 2 digs on the side of Melissa Humana-Paredes, but they are unwavered on the other side because Sarah Hughs gets an opportunity to find her own defense and find that transition. That is a huge play, exactly what they talked about in the box.
All right, if you're following the stats at home, you know I went full dyslexic there for a second. It was actually .619, and now that's going even further down the hitting percentage for Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson.
They had to have those two coming back out of that break.
Sarah Hughs said it. We're going to get 2 right here.
They're fortune tellers.
Probably learned that from Nostradamus at their time at USC.
I forgot about Nostradamus.
Our good friend Dane Blanton. That ball right through the block. Hopefully he's tuning in off of his 4th, counted 4th in a row national title. To go Dane and the women of Troy.
One of the best celebrations, the tradition started jumping into the water of Gulf Shores, Alabama by the USC Trojans. It actually started back with these two.
Well, and Anna Collier right back then, who does not like the water. Cut, successful, right back to 17-13.
Mel finding another kill here, and this time it's from the right side of the court. She is the smiling assassin. She's going to cut you up, even on her offside.
Expect her to go to Cheng. She does down the middle for the winner, 18-13.
Kelly Cheng looking to find that pass, trying to find on the right side of her body. It's a bit middle here, but tough to tell. Not really a whole lot of adjustment steps on this pass. She looked to try to take it outside of her body.
That one hammered into the deep corner. There's a winner, but a lot of work to do right now. It has to happen immediately. Where do you serve right now, Cameron? Who do you serve?
It's interesting because if you go short into that wind, you risk the on-two play with Brandy.
All right, well, you're still standing back there thinking about it. Sarah Hughs hit it.
But that's exactly what they went with, right? So you had to be wary of that. It had to be a tough enough serve that you limited the option play from Brandy.
You only have 5 seconds back there.
I think you actually get 8.
Well, yeah.
Don't steal my last 3.
Taking time from you, Cam. Again, working on Kelly, just underneath the block.
And when she's in trouble, she's just gonna swing away. One of her favorite shots is the heavy angle swing, full power, full bore from Kelly Cheng.
Mel and Sarah, 2 away. Have to be feeling confident. Short to Mel. Into the block, good touch. This will have to go. Nice opportunity, but it's missed. The errors have cost the Americans in this one.
Yeah, Sarah Hughs knows it. After that touch off the block and turn, she had a good look to find one more, but too many hitting errors on the side of Cheng and Hughs.
So they've split their last 2 meetings. It looks like Canada's going to go up 2-1 and have won 2 in a row. A match ball opportunity for Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson. More power, but it might be too late for Kelly Cheng. A host of opportunities here to side out for the victory.
Did I mention she likes to hit heavy angle when she's in trouble from a scoring standpoint?
Even more wind hitting Stadium Court. Match ball number 2. Brandy saw the defensive movement, went the opposite direction, and planted a course to the final.
That is a really impressive win, just in terms of the set scores, 21-19, 21-16 in that second. Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson are not just finding one part of their game. The defense is not the only thing anymore. The offense from them in this matchup was superb.
Sixth final appearance for the Canadian duo. What a successful partnership it has been, the joining of Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson. So we have our final complete via that retirement outside for Julia Scholes, and hopefully she is okay. Cloth and Nuss, the #1 seed, advance. They will face the #4 Canadian pair, who have now advanced out of this one. Our women's bracket final is set. Our men's final will be the next one. We have just 2 matches to go, but so much important hardware to hand out. Bragging rights, a paycheck, a championship, and automatic league qualification on the way. We'll look back at this one.
We started this conversation about blocking, and that was exactly what took place in set 1. Brandy Wilkerson was a force to be reckoned with. She was not only taking up space and finding blocks, but she was able to find some good turns offensively, keeping Melissa Humana-Paredes in rhythm and picking up that first one. It was highly contested in the first. The second, a little bit of a different story. A good bit of separation after the technical timeout, but it was about that 15-11 mark you really started to feel that separation. They went heavy angle oftentimes on the side of Sarah and Kelly, but just were not able to find that in-system offense like they needed to. Brandy Wilkerson is just playing out of her mind right now, creating a lot of havoc on the opposition.
Clean, quality volleyball is what it takes to get yourself a title. 436 as a team, 3 blocks, 3 controls to go along with some aces and very few errors throughout. We will see Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson in the final shortly. Men's is up next. Stadium court. All that's left are the titles.